What happens next? Carrie Lam has apologised. Will she have to go, Stephen?
Well, that's what all these protesters who are still here in front of the government house here on the harbor side of Hong Kong, that's what they want. They have a number of demands, including the complete withdrawal of this controversial extradition bill. But one of their demands has just been met, and that was to not have the protest that was held on Wednesday that turned violent categorized by police as a riot. In fact, we've just had a press conference in the last 15 minutes where the police commissioner here of Hong Kong has confirmed that they have not classified it as a riot. And that has a lot of ramifications for any legal proceedings going forward on those protesters who were arrested. So there were a round of cheers coming out for the hundreds or so of the protesters who are still here. They are down here beyond me here in front of Carrie Lam's office. And again, they are demanding that she resign. And earlier today, I spoke with the man who was really the face behind the last big protest 5 years ago, the Occupy movement in 2014, Joshua Wong. And I asked him directly, I mean, Carrie Lam's job as chief executive is almost an impossible one. You have to please Beijing and the people of Hong Kong. This was his answer.
No doubt that chief executive of Hong Kong might be the puppet of Beijing. That's the reason for us to organize the umbrella movement 5 years ago to ask for free election. It's time for us to deserve the vote to freely elect the leader of our city.
And Joshua Wong just was released from jail sentence just today. He came directly here. He says he's going to participate in this ongoing struggle to get this extradition bill withdrawn completely. And we have no end in sight right now. Granted, it's not 2 million people like the estimate was from yesterday, but still the steadfast are staying on here in front of the government house.
Stephen, is there anything Carrie Lam could do to preserve her job? Is there anything at this point that she can say or do that will change the situation for her?
She has lost a lot of political capital with the people of Hong Kong, for sure. Whether she has lost that political capital with the bosses in Beijing is another question. But keep in mind, she is the fourth chief executive of Hong Kong since the handover in 1997. It has not ended well for her three predecessors. You had Tung Chee-hwa had to resign after a big movement. 500,000 people took to the streets in 2003. He stepped down. And then we had Donald Tsang. His term ended. He ended up in prison for financial crimes. And then the predecessor right before this, C.Y. Leung, well, he didn't seek a second term because of that Occupy protest that lasted 79 days right here 5 years ago. So it looks like Carrie Lam is heading in the same direction. She will very unlikely, according to the analysts that I've spoken to, possibly even seek a second term that would be starting in 2022.